Hey everybody, it's Courtney, Forever Fox Studios, and today I am broadcasting my tales from the truck from another location, but I wanted to show you guys several things that I have been working on, or a few things I've been working on, and give you guys some updates on some upcoming tutorials. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to film the top tutorial this week for that top that I've been showing in a few different ones of my tales from the truck, different broadcasts, podcasts, whatever you want to call it. Whatever we call that. I wanted to show you guys the piece that I've got worked up that's going to be part of the tutorial. I basically have had to work one part of it so that when I start filming the tutorial, I can show y'all how you begin and how you start doing the 3-row repeat on the actual stitch pattern. And then I'll be able to jump from there to show you your next step. So maybe that makes no sense to you guys, maybe it does, but basically when you're filming a tutorial for a garment, the fastest way to do it is to work up part of the project so you can move on to the next stage and not have to like work it up and spend the hours and then start filming again. So that is this lovely piece right here. And now I've been showing this top done up in the Mandala Tweed, and this is just a really long panel. This is essentially my sleeve and chest part for my piece, and I'm doing this one is one of my test sizes for the larger sizes, for those larger plus sizes. So on me it's like goes down past my elbow, and I wanted it that way. Like I'm gonna wear this because I can bring it in like under here, you know, under the chest on my sides and all. I can bring it in where it's not gonna look like it's too oversized for me. But for my test panels, for my pieces, trying to do my sizing for you guys, I have to work them out in bigger sizes too. So I don't know if you can see, but it could also be a great poncho. I don't know if anybody's interested in that, but this is the shirt that I've been showing worked up in the Mandala Tweed stripes. I think it was color wishbone. So I'm doing this one in smaller yarn. This is the ZZ Twist yarn from Lion Brand also, but ZZ Twist is one of those yarns that it says that it is a, see if that will focus for you guys. They say that it's a size 4 weight, but it's smaller than a traditional 4 weight in my opinion. So that's why I'm doing that, so I can kind of help get my, I feel like ZZ Twist is more of like a 3 weight. So I'm using it as my, to help me figure out my alternative yarns, or how you can substitute yarns if you don't have the Mandala, tweed stripes, whatever it's called. So prepared always for these things, right? So I wanted to also show you guys another top that I'm working on. This one is still in its very early design stages, but different stitch pattern than what I just showed in that blue. And I'm going to show you the back of the panel first, because I'm, like I said, in very early design stages. But this is worked up in, let me cut my yarn. This one is worked up in the Lion Brand Mandala Tweed stripes again, but it is worked up in the color, this particular color I'm about to show is the Talisman, is the name of it. So, and this is a whole different color. So we're going to go over those in a minute. But the Talisman colorway, for those of you who are interested, this is how it's working up. And I think it's gorgeous. The colors are just like, oh. So this is the top. So this is the part that's going to be, this is my back panel. So this is the part that's going to be up in the back. And it goes on to that color. And let me, it goes on to this pretty green, mixing in with some pinks. So the way this one is shaped, different from the other one, is I am doing some of the shaping. Very easy. Do not feel intimidated. I'm making it wider here. So this essentially is going to be where my armhole is, the sleeve opening, and this is part of my side. So when I work the top, I'm going to have it kind of shape up so that it is is going to have a similar little extra section right here. So let me hold this where y'all can see. Okay. So these two are going to meet dead on the side, and I think it's going to be really, really cute shaping for it. And this is what's going on here in the front. So let me turn that around. So I was just starting the front last night. So as you can see here, I'm working on it, and I'm still attached to my yarn. So let me fix this so it's not pulling it for you guys, so y'all can see the shape. It's the most important part, right? So here is what the front is looking like. So it's just going to kind of scoop down a little bit. And then it's going to be worked all the way over, like over here. Let me fold this down. This is part of my front. And I'm working my way over, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I'll come down for a while, and then I will bring the pattern out so that on the front side, it will have something and they'll meet up. Hopefully y'all can tell what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can, but that right there is more of that same color starting to pop out in my ball. And I don't know if you guys can see the stitch pattern very well. It's very butterfly-esque to me, but it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous pattern that I found. It was a very, very blurry diagram that I found online. Extremely blurry. The little words that were on it were, they looked like Japanese or something, like writing. Could not read it at all. And I basically looked at the picture and kind of just started playing with different like stitches. This is done with a, I guess what some of you guys would call a triple crochet. That's what I decided to work it up with. That's the stitch I decided to use. I couldn't really tell if that's what the diagram was telling me because it was so blurry. I couldn't see the little lines. If you've ever looked at any type of crochet diagram, you'll know what I'm talking about. The symbols. If you looked at a pattern before, the symbols like will have like the symbol for the double crochet, and then it has extra lines if it's telling you to do, you know, a triple crochet or whatever. So what some people call a double treble or triple treble and that sort of thing. I couldn't see any of that though. 100% could not see it. So I just kind of picked a stitch and started going with it to see if it looked good. It's not a hard pattern, and this is a 2-row repeat for this stitch pattern. So super easy to remember too. Not a bunch of crazy counting or anything going on. It is so easy to do. I mean, really, really is. So at least the way that I've come up for you to do it. Don't know if that's what they intended, but part of the first row, because like I said, it's a 2-row. So that's part of the first row right here done. You know, I haven't finished out this side. So we got first row here, and then one more row gets done and you're done, and you move on, repeating it over and over and over. So I really love it. I love how the colors are working out with the Mandala tweed stripes. And like I said, this color is Talisman. That is what this color is called. So now the really good news with the other ball that I was telling you guys about, I had already gone up to, I was on my, it took me almost two full balls. On this one, I am just a little bit into, a little more than halfway into my first ball. So I think this is going to be another one that's only 2 balls, but it'll probably use a little bit less than the other pattern that I've been showing. The one that's this pattern right here with the blue, because this has puffs, and these little puff stitches, this is the correct way to hold it up. The puff stitches do take up, you know, a chunk of yarn. They just are a yarn eater type stitch. So that is that. So now I'm going to show you guys the last yarn I picked up. Found it on clearance. So I'm going to pause for a moment and get that ready. I just want to show real quick before I show the other yarn and talk about it. This is where I'm at on my ball. I'm kind of like wound up. I started working from the outside because pulling from the center, I had started out with that pretty yellow color that I was showing you at the top on the back panel, and then it faded down to those other colors. So when I came around to the front, I'm like, oh, well, I need some yellow. Like, I didn't want it to just suddenly be a different color right there. So I'm doing the yellow that's on the outside is like a yellow and pink. It's pretty bright. It is a bright color, but it's really pretty worked up. And then it's going to go to some green and stuff. And I'm just going to do my front panel starting to work out from the outside of the ball instead of the inside of the ball. And hopefully that makes sense. And we're going to have a different color transition, but I think it'll look really good. And like, you know, it's supposed to. So it'll eventually get to this blue colors, which is towards the bottom of mine anyway. So that is that. And now let's talk about the yarn. I went to Michael's. I should not have gone to Michael's. I went to buy this. I went to buy this one thing. It's the red heart. It's a wrap rainbow in the Fiesta colorway that I was wanting for my shawl, scarf. You know, I'm going to wear it like a scarf. But the shawl that I was showing you guys last week, that teeny, tiny yarn that was working up so absolutely gorgeous. And I loved it. And I ran out at the red. And I was like almost to the center point when I ran out. And I was like, oh, I think I might get another ball. Well, I decided I was going to finally. So, in my decision to get more yarn, I was like, this is never on sale. I have never seen it on sale. I know some of you guys have because you left me comments and we were talking about that. But I personally have never seen this on sale. And it is $12.99 at my Michael's that I go to in Florida. That's a lot. But, as you saw in my last Tales from the Truck. That's my dog down there, by the way. If you see something moving, I'm at home. If you see the last video, I got really far. Like, it was a very big shawl, considering I only had one cake. And these are 623 yards. So, I got pretty far. So, when you think about that, how much I could have stopped on, I didn't have to keep going with that next row that I was trying to accomplish. And I would have had a finished project. There's plenty there. But I can't just stop there. Y'all know me. So I've gone back to get this. And I was only going to buy this. And I had a 40% off coupon, which brought this down to just over $7. And I was like, that's not that bad. If I were to buy some other couple skeins of yarn at $3.50 or something a piece, or, $4 a piece, then, it's not that bad. And I really love this stuff. So I go in with my 40% off coupon, and I am heading straight to where I'm supposed to go. And then I get back to the yarn section, and as I'm walking past one of those, like, center, it's not a bin, but center shelves. I'm walking past it and I see a yellow tag, I believe it was. It said $3.97 and I was like, what? What's $3.97? And of course it was this on clearance. I couldn't pass it up. So, even though I don't need more of this yarn, I still bought it anyway because it was on clearance. I didn't clear the shelf. I could have. I wanted to, but I am really, really out of storage space in the tiny house. So, like, I am super cramming stuff in. Like, it's at the point where, like, if I open something, like, stuff might out on me. So, did it anyway, though. I bought, like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of these. They had plenty left. But I really love this stuff. And at $3.97, when this is regular like $7.99, I couldn't pass it up. I just couldn't, because I do love this yarn. I love how it comes out. This particular color that I'm showing you guys is White Elephant. So hopefully that is showing up true to color. It looks like it is to me. So hopefully it is for you guys. These are, like I said, Lion Brand Mandala Tweed stripes, and show the label like 10,000 times. They are 5.3 ounces, 150 grams, 426 yards, which is 390 meters. And they are a medium size weight, or medium 4 weight yarn. And they're 100% acrylic. It says it's machine washable and dryable. So, that's right up my alley. And I do agree that it is a, size 4 yarn. Hopefully you guys can tell. I don't want to pull this ball out. Can you see? So it's a size 4. It's gorgeous. But I wanted to show you guys because, let's see. I brought a couple of these out to show because it's supposed to be like this. This is another one that's white elephant. Okay, so here's the first one I showed you guys, and here's another one. While they're very similar, they're not exactly the same. And, you know, the colors might go in similar, but let's just take this right out here on the outside, for instance. You see it's like a purple and kind of like a brown color. Hopefully you guys can see. And then here in this ball, we have that same color purple right here, but it's wound with a blue, like almost like a navy blue right there. And then it fades out to this pink with this kind of turquoisey color. So the balls are not identical. And that is how the yarn's supposed to be from what I understand. It's gorgeous. Like this right here can totally be a project. So, you know, these are both in the same color, the white elephant color, but they are different. So if you are going to get this yarn, kind of keep that in mind. Some of us are not going to be able to stand that. Like we're going to want the exact same color combinations in a project that we're doing. So, you know, everybody's different on that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind. Like right here, the yellow, just another example. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's a peachy color with that yellow. But over here in this ball, the yellow right here is more mixed with like, I would call it like an off-white or very light yellow. So the way the balls are mixed, you know, the way it's twisted together and the tweediness, you know, of it is different. It's going to vary from ball to ball. So you will have some that are going to have some of the same color combinations. But when I was looking and trying to get like them to be as close as they can without being perfectly matchy-matchy, because I don't mind that about this, I still did want them kind of close together, you know, similar. And the balls that I was getting, I think I got 3 or 4 of this color. So I did notice that, and I just want to point that out. I love that yarn though. So, I mean, buy it if you can. If you got a Michaels near you, go right ahead and get some right now. And last but not least, we're going to wrap this baby on up. This is another color that I got. So I got one of the Talisman, and then I got, pretty sure I got 9 balls. Total. One of the Talisman, and then 3 or 4 of this one, 3 or 4 of the, yeah, I think I got 4 of these 2 colors. Of the 2 colors I'm showing you guys. So the Talisman was the one that I showed you worked up in the top. And this one is called Cat's Eye. So again, I just wanted to show this is Cat's Eye. This is Cat's Eye. Both of these are Cat's Eye. But see how they are different? They're not exactly the same. Gorgeous stuff though. I love it. I saw this color and I was like, ooh, I want that. Especially this. I don't know why I like that pink in the center so much. And then I was like, oh, I'll take that one. I love the blue. So that was my little shopping trip. Didn't mean to go in there. And I didn't spend, it was like $42 with tax, I think it was. It was not much for all that I got. And then with my coupon, might have been 46 actually. But everything was ringing up, you know, right and cheap. And it was just great. So that's my little yarn haul. So top coming, the one that I've been showing you guys that I did the ugly seam on last video. Don't know what I'm talking about. I'll try to put one of those little info buttons up there. Another top coming after that. I'm probably going to do another mosaic still for next week. So, I mean, that's, you know, a week away. But I'll try to get out my top video this week. So for all of those who've been waiting on that top that I keep showing, I will, you know, provide that to you in a tutorial. So let me know what you've been working on. Let me know if you've done any, you know, shopping. Did you get a hold of that Lion Brand Mandala Tweed on sale? Because if you did, that is super awesome. If you don't know about it with everything going on, I don't know that it's a great idea to go running out. At the time, everything was okay. And now I won't be doing any more shopping. So that is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's Tales from the Truck. And please like, subscribe, leave a comment below, all that good stuff, wherever on your screen. Please do that. It really helps me out. And until next week, You guys take care. Bye.